Hey everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to build a modern product page using just HTML and CSS. This design includes a left section showing recommended products, a central product showcase with thumbnails, and an add to cart button, and a right section for price, colors, and sizes. We'll go through the code step by step, so whether you're a beginner or an intermediate developer, you'll fully understand how everything works. Our HTML starts with a body that contains one main div called .container. This container holds three sections: left, main, and right. So let's break each one down. In the left section, we first have a top div with a title, People Also Buy, and navigation arrows using font awesome icons. Below that, we have products, which is a grid with 3 rows. Each row has an image of another shoe. This gives the user a feel of similar products they might like. Now, the middle section is the star of the page. At the top, we display the product title and a subtitle. Then we have a div with class show, which contains the main shoe image with 2 navigation buttons on the sides. Below that, Images shows 3 thumbnails of the product, so users can preview different angles. Finally, we have an Add to Cart button. On the right side, we add pricing and product options. First, price shows the retail price and a note that it may vary. Next, colors lets the user pick a shoe color. Notice how one color is marked as checked, with a checkmark icon. Finally, size displays different shoe sizes, and one is marked as selected. Now we'll walk through the entire CSS file. This wildcard selector applies to all elements used for small resets. Margin 0 padding, 0. Removes browser default spacing so layouts are predictable. Box sizing border box font family. Pop-ins, sans serif. User select none, prevents text selection. And the body sets background image, no repeat, center positioning, and cover to ensure it fills the viewport while preserving aspect ratio. Height 100 VH sets. Body to viewport height. Centers the container both horizontally and vertically with flexbox. This sets every image to 50% width, which is risky. It affects logos, icons, and any image on the page. Display flex gap 20 rem. Large gap between columns. This is a fixed, huge spacing. Works for a specific design but not responsive. Position relative width, 300 pixels. Height, 450 pixels. Fixed card size, fine for desktop, but needs responsive rules for mobile. Background var, blur BG. Semi-transparent background for glass effect. Border radius, 10 pixels. Rounded corners. Backdrop filter, blur 10 pixels. Actual blur of whatever's behind the element gives glassmorphism. Not supported in some older browsers. Box shadow var main shadow, drop shadow for depth. Display flex align items, center justify content. Center flex direction column. Center content vertically and horizontally, layout children in a column. The title, in the left div. White heading with spacing. Small typography choice. Left top div container for arrows and the one of 3 indicator, centered and white. Cursor pointer makes the icon show pointer on hover. Creates 3 equal rows for thumbnails. Each product cell is centered, slightly padded, and has a faint top border using var blur BG. Images are intentionally small and rotated for a stylistic tilt. A pseudo-element used to create a soft shadow reflection beneath the product, a purely visual flourish. The main card is placed on top of the layout that allows overlap with left-right cards. Be careful. Absolute positioning can break flow on smaller screens. Centers inline content. Display flex direction column, justify content space. Between vertical layout that spaces top title, image area, and bottom button. Background, backdrop filter, box shadow. Same glass look. Larger card with more rounded corners. Z-index ensures it floats above the side cards. Main product title bold and slightly larger. Subtitle with the brand color for contrast. Container for the main image so the pseudo element can position relative to it. Large rotated image for stylistic effect. A wider, blurred pseudo element beneath the shoe, simulating a soft shadow reflection. Places buttons centered vertically, slightly outside the card to create a floating feel. Creates a circular button. Keeps the glass theme on controls. Visual depth and pointer for interactivity. Positions the previous button to the left using the same absolute rules. Icon size and color. Main images, display flex, gap 10 pixels. Horizontal strip of thumbnail boxes. Each thumbnail is a small rounded card with a matching glassy background. Image fills the thumbnail container. The Add button removes all native button styles. Useful for full custom styling, but remember to re-add focus styles and role attributes if needed. Uses the gradient variable for a nice button background. Sizing and rounded corners. Font size, font weight, color, typography choices. Position plus left 50% plus transform centers. The button horizontally relative to its container and nudges it down with bottom minus 30 pixels. Indicates interactivity. Right column is vertically stacked with padding and centered content. Justify content space. Between makes price appear at the top and selectors spaced below. H3. General small headings styled white. Large numeric price with big font size for emphasis. Smaller note below price with accent color. Makes color area flexible and spaced downwards. Layout of swatches horizontally. Swatches are circular small spans. Cursor pointer makes them feel clickable. Scale up selected swatch visually. Constrain size selector width to keep it tidy. Three columns grid for sizes. Each size is a box with blurred background, padding, and margin acts like a button. Selected size swaps to white background so it stands out. And that's it. We've built a fully styled product showcase page using only HTML and CSS. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below what kind of UI project you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.